Yeah, we'll flash that on the screen for a second.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
It's a lovely smile.
No, it does. It's, you've always got to go through a few ugly years to get to where you are. Obviously, I don't remember it. But yeah, I think my mum was trying to advocate for, I think it might have been to keep a childcare centre open around her area. So I think that's the story behind it. But yeah, I don't look too happy in the photos, clearly.
Well, you were clearly on the side of your mum being able to keep the childcare centre open.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm not too sure if she was successful or not. But yeah, clearly I've never been a fan of being in front of the camera then.
Well, tell me about this photo.
There's a lot of things wrong with it. Shirt off, nowadays I'd keep mine on. Yep, hands the wrong way round. I'm pretty sure that bat's the wrong way round. Obviously a lot of improvement was needed between then and now.
How much did you fall in love with it at a young age?
Yeah, same as most kids growing up in Perth. It was, you fall in love with cricket during the summer and then AFL during the winter. So no, it was a very natural progression to falling in love with the sport. It was never forced on me.
Tell me about this photo.
Oh God. Yeah, we'll flash that on the screen for a second.
Oh, come on. It's got a lovely smile.
No, it does. It's, you've always got to go through a few ugly years to get to where you are. Yeah, it's not my greatest, but obviously playing for your state in cricket and footies obviously makes you very proud. You never know where I might have been if cricket wasn't there. I like to think that I was pretty good at football, but clearly made a really good choice.
I have a couple of photos here of you with some influential people. I love this photo. Tell me about this day.
Yeah, we're flipping through the years. So this is obviously going back to, I'm going to say I might have been 10. I'll be guessing at a sports camp at Christchurch, a school near my place. And obviously with a guy that means a lot to me now. I think, it'd be funny to tell the little kid back then how influential this guy would be in my cricketing journey. I think, from being my first captain for my first game to, the coach kind of who backed me in as a batter when my back was, had a stress fracture to kind of back me in and got a few runs on the board and then worked my way up to kind of establish myself in that WA team as a batter. You need someone to kind of back you in for that. So, Advocacy's done a lot for my career. I'm very thankful for him, and that's obviously a very special photo to look back at. Yeah, someone who gave you the genuine time to take a photo, give you a piece of their time when they didn't need to. It just shows you the character that he is.
Tell me about this picture. What's happening here?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you know the other guy in the photo. So Hamish McKenzie, another guy playing for WA, playing for the Melbourne Stars at the moment, and Kim Hughes. I think he was, obviously awesome at that age to get exposed to someone like him, an ex-Australian captain. Obviously massive in Australian cricket to be part of my local club, Subiaco Floreat, around the time when I think I was 13, 14. He actually, I don't know if he definitely recommended me getting a bat sponsorship with Spartan, who he was working through at the time, and getting some, a bit of gear from them, helping them out, promote it, and then, kind of said, I think this kid is pretty good, try and see if you can sponsor him, and luckily enough, very thankful for them to sponsor me for 3 or 4 years when I was growing up, kind of moving into my first WA game. I think I was sponsored by Spartan still, so to have someone like him just be around the club is massive. Kind of listen to his ideas and basically I think he kind of was able to promote me to other people that he saw fit. So
How old were you here, and how was that sort of the start of your growth spurt around that time?
Yeah, I think that was in my year 12. My 12th year at Scotch. I was captaining that first 11 side. I think I'd played in that first grade comp for 3 or 4 years, and obviously amazing memories. And I think, yeah, it's such a proud comp. They basically stop you playing. So maybe if you're good enough to play for first grade for your local club, for like Subiaco Floreat, your grade side, they don't let you. You have to play for your school team on the Saturdays until it's a school holiday, then you can go play for your grade side. So
Wow.
I think in that grade comp there was Aaron Hardy at Aquinas, like Matt Spores at Hale. Yeah, the comp was actually incredibly strong, and I think, yeah, playing for your school is really cool. Got some leadership qualities, being able to captain, and make some great mates, obviously.
Wow. And was that about the time? Because you're a bit taller than your teammates, but not massively so.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I'm trying to tell people that I didn't really grow until year 11, 12, or even probably post-school, and people don't believe me. So, yeah, I probably started growing around that time. You can see probably how gangly I am at that stage. But yeah, it was probably year 12 or post-school I started growing. So, yeah, hopefully that shows people a little bit.
Well, I think we've actually discussed this before, because one of the things that really struck me when I first started watching you was that, as odd as it may sound, you don't really bat like a tall person, a really tall person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I think that's definitely down to not growing too early. I think I had a small man's technique. It wasn't like a bully. I had to really work on my technique. I couldn't just sit and deliver sort of stuff if you're quite a bit bigger than everyone else. So yeah, I always prided myself in having a really good technique, bowling and batting, and I think I just then later in life kind of had the physical assets, and then I tried to keep it as much as I could, the technique that I worked so hard on when I was younger. If that makes sense.
No, it makes massive sense, because, like I said, it's something that I've always said and didn't want people, to think I was silly in saying it.
Oh, 100%.
You getting your test cap, what did that mean to you, and did you expect it to come at that time, because there had been so much hype surrounding you? What did it mean to you when you finally got there?
Yeah, I think firstly on the photo maybe being not good quality, I think because it was during COVID, so they had to be so far away, they couldn't be involved, they probably had to be in the crowd taking that photo. But yeah, probably coming so quickly. I think looking back now, I definitely wasn't ready to play Test cricket. I think everyone who's played Test cricket probably says exactly the same thing when they first start. They're not quite ready, and but I'm so proud that I got exposed to it so early, so I could kind of learn on the job. And now, when you walk out in front of 60, 70, 80,000 people, it's not as overwhelming as it may be if I do it tomorrow for the first time. So, yeah, obviously incredibly thankful to get up there so early. I think it always happens a bit quicker than you imagine. I think at 21, I think I probably only made my first grade debut 5 years previously. So, yeah, you never think when you make your first grade debut that 5 years later you'll be playing for Australia. So, yeah, it always happens a bit quicker than you think. But at the time, I think I made a lot of runs in state cricket to earn that chance, which is always a great feeling that you've, not sure if knocking the door down is the right word to put it, but I had a lot of good work that I'd done in state cricket to kind of, yeah, add to the chance of playing for Australia, and yeah, incredibly proud of the fact that I was able to do it so quickly.
Being the most expensive Australian player to ever play in the IPL when you were signed, what has that experience and then the IPL experience been like for you?
I think again, it caught me massively off guard. I was umming and ahhing whether to go into that auction. Just looking at where I was at the time, I was hadn't played too much T20 cricket. I was in the Test team, but not really as secure as you kind of hope to be. So yeah, all those thoughts kind of come together, and yeah, do you prioritise Test cricket? Do you try and lock yourself in there before you go in? And I think at the time there was probably no better time just to get in there. I think yeah, always get yourself out of your comfort zone, go play some T20 comps around the world and go see that side of the game. But yeah, obviously got caught pretty off guard with the price that I went at, and obviously I'm incredibly thankful and humbled by that. But at the same time, you've obviously got to repay that as best you can to whatever franchise picks you up. So I think I went in there with a pretty open mind with how I was going to go. But I think as soon as I got to Mumbai, I realised the coaching staff that was around me, I think the players that were in my team, and I realised how cool this was, and I think it was a great opportunity just to learn, if anything. Yeah, I got the backing from the coach, Mark at the time, and then, yeah, as a team we had a really successful tournament, got to the finals, didn't quite go all the way, but I think the overall experience was unbelievable, and can't wait to go back many more times, hopefully, to experience that again. And but to put up with the pressure, I actually, there's a lot of pressure. I knew there was going to be a lot of chatter, regardless if I did well or not. So I try to really not to think too much about it. And if I didn't do well, then so be it. If I did well, then great.
This is possibly my favourite picture of the lot.
Yep.
About where you are now.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I think when I was walking down, I was like, "You're kidding me! That is really funny." But it just shows you the love that this place has for their players and trying to make you feel as welcome as possible. Obviously, a kid having a lot of fun there, and that's the whole point of it. I think it's getting people down to watch the cricket. Obviously, there's a reason why they want to come down. They want to see. Obviously great cricket being played, but they also want to support the people that are out there, and that defines it as best as possible. I think it's an enjoyment, the fun of the game, and that's the whole reason why you play.
I do love the fact that he's chosen possibly the most serious, unsmiling photo he possibly could.
So I think, thankfully I'm in the photo, showing a different side of me, which is nice.
How are you?
Yeah, really good. Surgery was awesome. I think. I think you hear so much about back surgeries. I think you just hear so much about guys who've gone through it, and that you're really standoffish. You kind of think it's the last resort. When it kind of got mentioned to me, I was very caught off guard. I think I was very surprised behind the coaching staff kind of feeling, not the coaching staff, like the physios and doctors, choosing that as probably the recommended way to go about it. But then it was only after speaking to Jason Barrendorf who had it done, Ben Dorshus, actually just Boomer reached out just to say, firstly, good luck, but also, how happy he was with the whole procedure. I think all of them raved about how good the staff were in New Zealand, how successful it's been for all of them. I think even Jason Barrendorf said he'd hoped he got it 4 years prior. So hearing all that, made the decision to get it done, definitely the right one. And I think, for the first 2 weeks you couldn't really walk around too much, you're quite sore. But then after that I was in the gym at the 2 week mark, wanting to lift weights and be able to move around. It was only through the cautious nature of let's not push it too much that I just got told to slow down a bit. But ever since that 2 week mark, I haven't felt one bit out of place, one bit sceptical of the surgery, and I haven't felt one bit not confident that it was going to be the right thing to do. So it's been absolutely wonderful so far. I obviously haven't started bowling yet, so we'll wait and see for that. But so far it's been absolutely amazing. The rehab, things I was able to do, or things that I wanted to do during this rehab time, I was being able to do everything. So body's feeling amazing, which is great.
Yeah, exactly. I'll touch it for you as well. Tell me about that you now do in promoting awareness, and after coming out and sort of talking about the illness that you had as a child. For those who don't know, just explain what it was.
Yeah, so I've got stage 2 chronic kidney disease, and I've had it since birth. So it's nothing that's deteriorated rapidly. The whole point is to try and, it doesn't ever improve, so you can't heal your kidneys, you can only slow the deterioration of them. So it's something I've had to work with. Doesn't changed my lifestyle massively. Maybe a few adjustments here and there with diet, potentially drinking more water, potentially avoiding salt a bit away from game day. On game day, you obviously need as much salt as you can. Example, the cramping. But yeah, I think that's what I absolutely love. I feel like there was a very low chance that I could have a normal life when I was born, and that the fact that I was given a chance to live a normal life and being able to do a job that I absolutely love, have some sort of a profile that I can help in that space, I think is the gift that I've been given, and I really want to give that back to that area, back to the doctors that helped me. Whether that's just raising awareness, if that's the least I can do, I think that's what I've been given, that second chance to be able to, that's kind of like, destiny is not the right word, but that's kind of the best way I can explain. That's the reason why I'm here, so I can kind of give back in that area.
It does give a very different perspective to your own career. Have you had some nice moments with the people that you meet?
Oh, definitely. The renal hospital in India was eye-opening, but also so reassuring that those people could get the help that they could with the beautiful work that they were doing at that hospital with that foundation. So it was awesome to reach out to that charity and see if there was a way that I could help in any way. And I hope they got the media exposure that they, I wouldn't say desperately need, but that they would love, and I hope they got the help that they require is probably the right way to put it. But it was awesome to see their hard work face to face with the people that are in there. Obviously, I'm not too sure. I think there was a certain level that the people that they pay and get slightly better rooms, but they pay a little bit extra to be able to fund a second level for free. And I think that was so beautiful to see. That there's people helping people with that disease. I've seen it. Obviously, a few families reached out that I've seen in hospital. I think it's also just as good to see the parents of the people that go through this. I think sometimes it's just as hard on the parents than it is on the kids. I think, especially when I was at hospital when I was younger, I thought hospital was very normal and it was very fun. So I would go in, maybe get like a blood test, and they'd check on the kidneys with an ultrasound, and I'd go have a meat pie after. It was probably not the right choice for mum to make for me, but at least made going to hospital a great experience. So for my end, sometimes, it's also talking to the parents and understanding what they're going through, and kind of to give them hope that their child can live a very happy and healthy life. It's obviously a great feeling to go check out those places.
What's the best thing about playing county cricket and playing for Gloucestershire? Because it is a million miles away from the IPL. Yeah,
I think the best thing is just getting exposed to the conditions that are obviously pretty foreign to what I see in Australia. We've obviously faced a Dukes ball in Shield cricket, but it's not quite the same when you don't have the overhead conditions, the pitch conditions, the type of bowlers that truly understand the ball, how to get the most out of it. You're watching different techniques to help combat that, and obviously you're playing every week, so it's pretty grueling as well. So I think the accumulation of all of that is what makes this period of time at county cricket amazing and an awesome experience. Just the exposure to everything is going to be invaluable, and hopefully I can learn a couple more things to help on future tours.
They're an unbelievably educated fan base, aren't they?
100%, yeah, they are. They love cricket, and I think they've definitely a few guys in the change room's got an unhealthy obsession with scorecards and watching footage, but obviously there's just an absolute love for the game, which is great to see. Hi, I'm Cam Green and I'm now a Gloucestershire and Australian all-rounder.